Hey YouTube, just got back from deployment. I know a couple of you guys asked me if I could do a video and break this down how I made it. And also a couple of you guys wondering if I own one of the Daedalus, and I don't. The reason I made this is because I didn't want to, at the time, spend the 60 bucks. I know they gotten a little bit cheaper. That's my son back there talking. Alright, so I'm going to break this down so you know all the parts. And I'm not going to do the measurements. I just pretty much did this off the fly with stuff I had around the house. So I have a wing nut and a spring. That's to hold the tension down onto the wire so it doesn't just spin out real quick. If you've ever noticed, the wire sometimes will just unspoil. So there's a washer so the spring doesn't tear up the plastic on the wire. And then of course another washer on the bottom so it rotates. Alright, and my electric drill needs to be recharged, so we're going to do this with a regular screwdriver. Yeah. So the reason why I made this, again, it's cheaper, and I just like doing stuff. I make my own e-juice. If you ever want to comment on that, I can do a video and teach you guys how to make your own e-juice. Also, I'm going to start doing some really nice coils, maybe some coil porn. The whole aliens and the staggers. Saw a guy in Iraq do that, and I thought it was pretty cool. So again, just 2 Phillips screws, and this part right here is for a door latch. You can buy them. I just bent it back and then used it to guide the wire so it wouldn't tear up the wood, and it wouldn't like get the wood onto the wire and make it dirty, I guess. But it really does help. It has the edges there, so it just guides it. It'll go back and forth, but it won't ever go off. It was perfect. All right, at the bottom, I sanded the wood down. It's 1/4-inch plywood. Just cut some small pieces. I didn't have the dimensions of the actual device online. I just guessed on what it would be. Sanding it down helps though, so it slides against your table. If you don't sand it down, it can get stuck. Have problems sliding smoothly. And you don't want it to slide too fast either. Sorry about not having an actual electric drill to do this. And I don't know when the next time I have to do a video. Kind of busy, as you can tell, I'm a soldier. So there's always deployments, field problems. Going to Korea soon, maybe. We'll see. Almost done. Last screw. And then, so a good thing on the bottom here you want to do is when you are putting any screws into wood, use the drill bit that's a little bit smaller than the screw, so you can guide it in. And then, if you can, I had a Black & Decker kit, and if you look here, it like ate some of the wood up and kind of made it concaved. So then the screw will set all the way in, and it's not extruding from the wood. All right, so that's the bottom part. And on the inside, let me remove the catheter real quick. If you have a catheter like I got, be very careful, it's sharp. You don't have to use a catheter. You can use those small McDonald's coffee straws. That should work just fine for the Canthol or whatever you're using to go through. All right, so inside, I have just regular plastic washer, another screw, and then a small 1/2-inch L bracket for hanging stuff. Just threw that in there. That's the bottom. On this one, this is the top. I have inside a treble hook, and for the treble hook, I stuck it on there as good as I could, and then just pressed it in. It went in smooth, no problem. And the treble hook, what that does, it's a guide for the actual wire. So the cable or the wire comes through and then goes down off of this, and then the small wire wraps around the thicker wire to make your Clapton coil. And then this is the easiest. I drilled this, about a 1/4-inch, and then stuck this in there. What I like about this bolt is it has the square in there. If you can see, it's squared off, so it kind of locks into the wood itself. so it doesn't spin. And that's one thing you don't want, is it to spin freely. So I didn't have to add anything else in. I didn't have to put a lock washer with another nut or anything like that. Just one bolt, stuck it in real good, and that was it. It's fine. And then for the gap between the two pieces of wood, I had an old, I think it was, Snow Wolf. I had a Snow Wolf box. I took that mod out, took the foam that was inside and clipped it with some scissors, and then that foam was the perfect half-inch that I needed to gap that, so I could put the catheter through, and that's a 14 gauge catheter. That's the needle, and this is the catheter that goes with it. Put those through, so then I can put a nice 20 gauge to, I generally use 22 when I wrap the Claptons. I'm going to start getting smaller now. But yeah, 22 gauge goes through. Get yourself about 12 inches or 18 inches. And, you know, have that on top. And all you got to do is have your own drill. And once you get it set going, it just goes. Very pleased with it. If you're seeing this video for the first time and you didn't see actually how it works, go back to my other videos and then click that so you know what it looks like, the finished project. And then you'll understand why everyone was asking me to do this video, because they really liked my product. So that was the reverse engineering for you. If you want to make one, like I said, you can go out to your garage and get all this. Or you can go to Walmart or Home Depot and buy some screws, a couple washers, a wing nut, a spring, something to a door, one bolt, if you have medical supplies. If not, like I said, a straw from McDonald's will work for the coffee. Some foam out of one of your mods that you probably bought. 2 pieces of wood. I would say it's about 4.5 inches by 4 inches. That's it. Just make sure you sand it off, make it smooth. You could probably do some like stickers on there, paint it, make it look nice. So there it is. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, please comment below. Sorry, I use my iPhone and I'm in my living room with my kids. My wife's the one taking the video. Say thank you, Holly. So if you have any questions, thanks.